Hello, my friends. Coffee is my drug of choice. I'm being completely honest. Um, I need a stimulant. I need to get motivated. It's like 12:30, and it's like this is a day I can work in my van. I don't have to work today, and I just can't get my act together. So bring on. Oops, I'm gonna spill it. Extra large Tim Hortons. Let's get this party started because it can happen otherwise. Well, maybe it would still, but um, gives me a bit of a kick in the pants. Anyway, sorry I haven't made a video in a while. Um, the thing is, I'm just doing van build stuff like the installation, and I've made multiple videos on that already, and I just feel like I'd just be repeating myself. So, took a bit of a pause. Anyway, today I'm going to revisit my heater situation. I kind of left it as a question mark whether I was going to get a Wave 6 or the diesel heater. And I've decided on the Wave 6. At least for now. I might change my mind and install a diesel heater later. But for this year, for this winter, I'm going to use the Wave 6. The reasons why, number one, the diesel heater is a bit of a complicated installation. There's things you got to do. You got to drill holes in your floor. If you want to install it properly, and by it properly I mean up to my standards, I guess you could say, there are a lot of things you kind of have to do. I've been reading a lot about it on this Facebook page, diesel heaters, troubleshooting, something, something, etc., etc. And one of the things they talk about is suspending the fuel line off the frame, because if you attach the fuel line onto the frame, there's this click, 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 and you're going to hear it. It vibrates throughout the van and you hear it. I'm quite sensitive to noise. I'm not really that sensitive, but I'm a little bit sensitive to noise. Like, I find it annoying. So what I would want to do it properly is I would use like rubber or neoprene or something where I could attach that to the frame and then attach the hose to the rubber or neoprene or whatever material would work the best. And then there go my keys. The fuel pump has to be mounted at a 45-degree angle in order for it to work properly and for the piston to be properly lubricated. So yeah, the installation is a bit tricky. I mean, it's not that bad, but a little bit. Whereas the Wave 6, you put it on the wall, you attach the hose to the tank, and you're good to go. Don't hit me with your truck there, buddy. You're awfully close. I'm in a parking lot right now. So that's one reason I'm not going to go with the diesel heater at this point. Another reason is cost. Diesel is more expensive than propane. Diesel is right now it's like $1.39 a liter up here in Vancouver, BC, and that will add up. One thing I learned about these diesel heaters is that you can't actually shut them off. You have to run them on low, and when you run them on low, they consume 144 milliliters of diesel per hour. Times 12 hours is over 1.7 liters a day. So within 5 or 6 days, you use 10 liters. So if I knew that, I mean, it says thermostat, but really, it's not really thermostat because you can't actually shut it off. They're all designed this way because the reason is because the startup process uses like 8 to 10 amps of your battery. So instead of taxing your battery so much, they just kind of run on a low mode. But the low mode is still using diesel. Like I said, 140 milliliters per hour. Now, I'm even reading of some people saying that on the low mode, the heater is really hot and it produces a lot of heat, and people are like opening windows and stuff to get rid of the excess heat. So it's basically the same thing I do with the Wave 3 but that I had in my previous fan. Another issue for me is the way that you have to refuel the diesel heater. Is they have this 10-liter tank, and most people have the tank in their van. There's some people you can have it outside, and I guess have the fuel line going through a hole and into the thing. But most people have the fuel tank inside the van, and my concern is dripping the diesel, because if you drip that diesel, it's going to smell. And apparently even just 1 or 2 drops is quite odorous. And I have no problem with smelling things. I mean, I can smell cantaloupe on the other side of the van. In a van, like, everything is amplified in terms of smell. So this is one reason, another reason why I'm a little bit concerned, because inevitably at some point I'm going to spill that diesel and I'm going to make a mess. And, then what? You got drips of diesel on the floor, and now I'm sticking on my van. The good thing about propane is it burns off quickly. The smell kind of dissipates into the atmosphere quickly. So even if you just get your propane tank and the guy oversprayed it a bit, within minutes the smell is gone. So it's been raining all day today, and it's getting to be dusk. Another hour or so the sun will set. Let's go check out and see how the solar's doing. This is like a perfect place to park. Nobody there. Across the street, nothing much. It's not that busy. I mean, it's a little bit busy, but not too bad. Where am I going? So I've got 71% and 0 amps. Let's just flick through this thing and see what's going on. 0 amps, 12.3. I don't even know what that means. 12.6. So that's like pretty good. But you would think with 600 watts, it's daylight, should be getting some amps. I'm getting 0. See? Anyway, I like to keep this one at how many amps? Actually, no, not that one. Percentage. Where's percentage? There it is. Kind of messy in here, guys. Another thing about the diesel heaters is that they are a bit finicky. And what I mean by that is, for example, the little unit, the LED unit that is the screen that you use to control the heater with, never shuts off. And it's cheap stuff made in China. After a little while, 2 months, 6 months, I'm not exactly sure when, the screen gets really dark and dim and you can't read it. So then there's a solution to that. You get a rotary simple unit, I guess they call it the thermostat or whatever it is, and you can use that to run the heater. So you can get your settings all together, use the rotary one, get your settings the LED unit because there's a lot more features, and then use the rotary one, plug the rotary one in, and then use it like that. But it's just like an example of they can be a bit finicky, and I don't mind having to deal with that in other situations. But I'm neck deep in van building, and it's just kind of another thing to add to my plate. Whereas right now, I want to keep things simple, and the Wave 6 is simple. And I know it's reliable. I mean, I had the Wave 3 for 4 years without an issue. And unfortunately, somehow I managed to wreck my Wave 3. Yes, I wrecked it. Wasn't thinking, and it managed to find its way in the bottom of a pile of wood under my bed, and I tried to start it and it won't work. So my fault. Bad Timothy. So I can't use the Wave 3, I have to wait for the Wave 6. Anyways, those are my reasons for choosing the Wave 6 at this time. I may choose to use the diesel heater in the future, but for right now I'm just going to keep things simple. Thanks for watching, and be well, my friends.